All right, so we're going to continue to practice self-compassion on our mat today. Earlier, we worked on having a little fun, not taking seriously, being a little silly and goofy, and inviting that laughter to help explode all the wonderful happy hormones that we hold in our. On Wednesday, we talked a little bit about the power of self-soothing through self-touch. So hopefully you invited that in, or just at least noticed when you have an inclination to heart or on your arms or on your face, or just something to remind you that you are safe. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about, because self-talk is something that we all do, and sometimes it carries a lot of there we go. Sometimes our self-talk is not so pleasant, not so positive. And just know that every time you hold self-talk that is criticizing or judging or just sort of bullying in any kind of way, it activates your sympathetic nervous system, setting you into stress mode, just like if you had just gotten into a car accident or you're watching your house burn down. Your brain doesn't know the difference. Your brain knows that you are under attack. And so your sympathetic system starts to kick in, your heart rate starts to increase, breathing becomes a little bit more shallow, your muscles become a little bit tense, and your brain goes offline. So you aren't able to think reasonably like you normally do. So just notice when you start to hear that voice in your mind, notice what it's saying. And if it's saying something that's harsh, and you know what I mean, just start to escort that voice out of your mind. Like we've talked about our guest house, right? Like visitor in the guest house, you heard them, and then you're telling them to leave so that you can create some space for positive self-talk. Try to start practicing self-talk. We're going to practice it on the mat today, but it doesn't have to be anything grand and profound. It can just be a little nugget like, I like the way my hair looks today, or I really like the sound of my voice, or I did something nice for someone today. I'm really proud of myself. Whatever it is, get in the habit, get in the practice of saying kind words to yourself, letting that self-talk be filled with positivity. Imagine that you have like your own little cheerleader in your head, right? Get some pom-poms going and just start to really root yourself on so that you can feel supported and safe and soothed rather than under attack, okay? Because self-talk puts you under attack. All right, just so you know what's happening in the brain up there when we aren't kind to ourselves. So go ahead onto your mat. Welcome. Again, my name is Erin. I own Eat Yoga Drink, eatyogadrink.com. We have some fun merch going on right now. We also have some fun live classes in the Northern Virginia area. So if you're able to join us, we'd love to meet you live and in person. But until then, this Monday, Wednesday, Friday flow is a great way for us to connect. I want to thank the Energy Club for always supporting and spreading the word about this class so our community can continue to stay nice and strong and supportive. So come to a comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you, whatever that looks like for you. And as I encourage people, sometimes we need to wiggle and move and shake a little bit before we can settle into stillness. So just notice if there's anything that you're holding, you just want to let it go. And then welcome yourself into a space that's still and comfortable. Gently inviting the eyes to close or the gaze to settle down below. Let the arms hang heavy by your sides with the palms either resting down or up. Your choice, grounding or receiving. Whatever it is you need right now, your body will have the wisdom to take you to a shape that feels just right. Take a big breath in. Open the mouth, clear it out. Do that once more. Inhale and exhale. Feel the shoulders drift down from the ears. Feel the body settle just a little bit more comfortably into the space. With kind awareness, do a little scan of the body, noticing how things feel. Noting any areas of the body that need extra attention, love, or modification today. Notice your breath. And then notice any thoughts that you may be holding in your mind right now. Be really aware during the practice and again off the mat, what kind of thoughts come into the mind about yourself? Is there a perennial thought that haunts you? A damaging thought of shame or judgment? Can you try to replace those with something nice, something kind, something compassionate? And begin to cultivate that habit, that way of being now, remembering it is a practice, by saying something kind to yourself about yourself. Maybe it's something about your physical structure. Maybe it's something about your personality. Maybe it's about a gift you offer to the world. And say it over and over and make that voice in your mind louder each time you say it. Maybe you notice the edges of the mouth start to curl up. Everyone loves to hear a compliment, so why not compliment yourself more and more each day? Bring both hands to your heart, the center of love, kindness, and compassion, and make a dedication to yourself right here and now, a promise that you will be kind and compassionate and loving to yourself during this practice and beyond. Let's share the energy of that intention collectively through 3 deep cleansing breaths. And then just think about, as you exhale, forcefully releasing any thought habits that usually criticize or judge you. Just making space for all of the kindness. Let's take a big breath in. Exhale, let it all go. Big breath in. Release the judgment. Big breath in. Let go of all that negativity. Beautiful. We're going to start with a little bit of work into the head, neck, and shoulders, one of the requests from earlier this week. So bring your hands back down toward your thighs and start to make some circles into your neck. And every time we work into a specific part of the body, just think, I am loving myself. I'm giving love to the muscles of my neck. Circle in the other direction. Taking your time to explore the full range of motion, finding sensation. And then bring the head back to neutral. Take your right hand on the edge of the head, the left edge of the head, and draw your right ear toward your right shoulder. And notice if you're leaning over or hunching, just invite lengthening into the spine, sitting up tall as you stretch. And maybe you take that left hand and press it away from you with the palm facing down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Finding a smooth rhythm to that breath. And then come back into neutral. Bring both hands to interlace behind the head and actively press the head into the hands as the hands draw forward. So just strengthening the muscles of the neck here. A little isometric exercise. Gaze straight out beyond your straight ahead. Elbows nice and wide. One more breath. Nice. Release your left arm. Nope, that's your right arm, my left. Your right arm. Release your right arm, palm down. Left hand takes the head, drawing the left ear toward the left shoulder. Sink that right shoulder just a little bit. Sit up tall. Feel the beautiful stretch in the neck. Feel it in the shoulder. One more breath. Nice. Come back into center. This time, place the heel of the hands on the forehead and actively press the head forward as the palms press back into the forehead. Try not to clench into the jaw. Take another breath. Feel those muscles firing up. And then we're going to release. Bring that neck into a full 360 once again. Taking your time. And once you've made a loop or two, go ahead in the other direction. And then bring the head back into neutral and start to make circles into the shoulders, moving them toward the back. Feeling the shoulder blades draw apart and draw together. And then try the other way. Move those shoulders forward, big circles. And you can exaggerate this as much as you want in your arms. Nice. We're going to come into an eagle bind with those arms. So start to bring the right underneath the left, crossing at the elbows, squeezing them together, wrapping the arms. Maybe the palms find one another. Set up nice and tall. Really feel the sit bones rooted as the spine, crown of the head lifts. And see if you can make some little circles with the pointer finger. You could use the pointer finger or just the tips of the fingers. Or imagine that the elbows are drawing circles on the wall in front of you. And then go in the other direction. And then come back into center as you inhale. Lift those elbows to the sky. See if you can press your ribs and your heart forward. One more breath. And as you exhale, hinge at the hips. Start to bow down. Maybe the forearms reach the earth and rest down. And just kind of melt into this stretch, feeling an opening in the upper shoulders of the back. Or the shoulders of the upper back is what I meant to say. Start to feel it in the hips as well. One more breath. And then peel yourself off the earth. Come right back into a seated position. Release the arms, wave them a little bit. And then bring the hands back to interlace behind the head. We're going to do a little seated cat and cow. Open up, finding space across the chest. And as you exhale, round and tuck the chin, bringing the elbows to try to kiss each other. Inhale, lift up, open up the heart. And exhale as you round and tuck. And do that twice more, taking your time exploring the range of motion. Really tucking the chin as you exhale to get that cervical spine stretch. Last one right here. And then release the arms. We're going to take the legs and flutter kick them a little bit and then cross them the other way. And then we're going to take our eagle bind the other way. So this time, left arm underneath the right arm, crossing at the elbows. Palms find one another. Establish that tall spine. Really try to create some space between the elbows and the neck. And make those circles. Doesn't really matter which way you go first. We're going to do both. Moving the other way. And then come back into center. Inhale, lift those elbows to the sky. Press the heart forward. One more breath. And as you exhale, start to bow down, bringing the forearms to rest onto the earth and just melt into that bind. Breathing into the hips. And then slowly peel yourself up and release, shaking out those arms. We'll get some lateral stretches here, just tick-tocking side to side. As you inhale, reach up and over toward the right side. Use the next breath to cartwheel over to the left side. And as you reach to the left, root into the right sit bone. And as you reach to the right, root into the left sit bone. Just opening up space. Take a few more side to side. Very nice. From here, we're going to roll over to a table position. From table position, start to find your way to your downward facing dog. So take your time, lifting the hips, lengthening through the backs of the legs, through the spine, energetically rolling the inner thighs toward one another and back. Breath in, breath out. One more breath. On the inhale, right leg to the sky. Send that heel straight up. And as you exhale, draw knee to nose, rounding the spine. Inhale, send the leg back up, hips high. Exhale, flat back, or almost flat back, round the spine, a little bit curved, just floating shoulders over wrists. Two more. Inhale. Exhale. Warming up the core here. Big breath in. And this time, as you exhale, step the right foot between the thumbs, lower the left knee, untuck the toe. We're going to sweep up, bring the palms to kiss. See if you can sink a little deeper into your lunge, opening up that left hip. Reach the fingertips forward and start to twist to the right. So hook your left elbow outside of the right knee. Palms come together, thumbs maybe toward the sternum. Gaze up and over that right shoulder. Remember that each breath creates space in the body. So where can yours take you? One more breath. start to unwind. Inhale those arms back up to the sky. And as you exhale, float the hands to frame the front foot. Lift that left knee. Start to bring a little power into the legs and peel the right arm up. So coming back into a twist. This one feels a little bit different. Stacking the right shoulder over the left. Squeezing into the muscles of that left leg as you kick that heel back. One more big breath. And then exhale, bring the right hand down to the earth. We're going to walk over, finding our side lunge, skandasana, bending into the left knee. So you want to actively flex into your right foot and spiral that hip open. Just getting a little bit more sensation here. You can also bring the hands right to the heart, challenging the balance a little bit. But if you feel more stable with the hands down, bring the hands down. Keep sinking the tailbone. Take another breath. And then take those hands, walk them around. We're going to frame the right foot, come into a low lunge, and then send that right leg back up to the sky for a three-legged dog. Take a big breath in and release the leg down, back to downward facing dog. Inhale, forward into your high plank. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Inhale forward, just rocking into those shoulders, warming up the core. Exhale, downward facing dog. 2 more. Rock forward, stacking the joints. Lift and tuck back. Last one, come forward. This time you can lower down, finding your chaturanga. And then inhale into your back bend, maybe really gentle and soft for beginner. Just coming into a little baby cobra here. Take a few breaths into it, maybe lifting and lowering, floating just a little bit. Take one more big breath. And then we're going to make our way back to downward facing dog. I love the way I blink. Keep filling your mind with little nuggets of self-talk, self-compassion, self-love. Big breath in. Full breath out. On the inhale, left heel high, three-legged dog, nice and strong as you lift. Exhale, knee to nose, hover the shoulders over the wrists. Inhale, left leg high, three-legged. Exhale, knee to nose with control. 2 more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Big breath. And draw that knee forward. Step the foot between the thumbs. Drop the right knee. Untuck those right toes. And rise up. I can't get those Hamilton songs out of my head. Is anyone else? I don't want to say cursed because it's an amazing musical, but every time I say something, it's like a lyric, and then I start singing. All right, hands to the heart. Start drawing or pressing forward and twist to your left. Draw the belly in. I'm always trying to make some room, bringing my belly toward my spine. Twisting, look over that left shoulder while you sink into the lunge. A lot of space to be created here, so breathe deeply. You guys look fantastic. Take one more breath. And then unwind. Take a big breath and then float the hands down to the earth. Lift the right knee. Plant the right palm. Lift the left arm. Reaching with purpose up to the sky. Keep thinking about that twist. Take one more breath. And then bring that left hand down. Walk over towards your right, shifting the weight into that side lunge. Skandasana. Hands can come to the heart or they can root you. or you can use them to put up your ponytail if you forgot to do that earlier. Keep spinning that left hip open. Find another breath. And hands to the earth. Walk over, low lunge. Kick that left leg back up to the sky, three-legged dog. Feeling the palms evenly rooted. And then release the leg, shift forward to your high plank. Always just taking note if you need to make adjustments into the hands or the feet for alignment purposes. Lower down. Inhale, rise up. Keep exploring the way that back bend feels, maybe making some little circles into the shoulders. Maybe lifting up and down, taking your time. And then on your next breath, press back up into downward facing dog. Breathe. Noticing what arrives in the mind. Notice your thought habits. You have the capacity and the power to rewire the brain, to invite new patterns of thinking into the brain. It is all within your control, but you must first notice. That is step one. Take a big breath. Let the breath go. Nice. On the inhale, three-legged dog, right heel rises. As you exhale, knee to nose, cheetah pose. Warming up that core today. Inhale, back to three-legged dog, hips high, heel high. Exhale, cheetah. Twice more. That second one, you'll land the foot. Inhale, high, three-legged. Exhale, cheetah. Last one, you got it. Big breath in. And step the right foot between the hands. Root yourself and then rise up. Come up into your high crescent. We're going to bring the hands to the heart. Find that same twisting pattern because there were twists on the request line for this week also. So start to reach and extend forward and twist to the right. Hooking the left elbow outside the right knee. Keep finding depth in your lunge. Change your gaze, look up over the right shoulder. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. One more big breath. And then we're releasing back up to high lunge. We're going to find Skandasana once again. So rotate that left heel down and shift over. Maybe you stay a little higher. The higher you are, the more challenging it is because you're holding yourself with your muscles. You can also go all the way down or you can stay up. So it's sort of like, I don't even know what to call this, just a high Skandasana. Really start to feel it in that left side thigh. Feel it in the inner thigh of the right. Yes. Take another breath. And then start to shift back over. Frame the right foot. Step back and take a flow. High to low. Maybe you stay up on the tops of the feet for your upward facing dog, where again, we'll take a few extra breaths here to shift and play before making your way to downward facing dog. Breathe. Let it go. Nice. On the inhale, left heel to the sky. Exhale, bring knee to nose, round the spine, hover, cheetah. Inhale, back up, lengthen. Exhale, draw in and round. And you're really feeling the way the muscles squeeze onto the leg bones. Two more. Breathe in. Breathe out. Really press the earth away right there. Last one. Breathe. And quietly retract, bring that left foot down. stabilize and lift. Hands to the heart, extend forward, find your twist. Love the way you twist. Feel the way the breath can still nourish the body so effectively in the twist when you bring conscious awareness to it. One more breath. Start to unwind. We're going to cartwheel over to that right side, Skandasana. Maybe you lift the heel, maybe you come onto that left heel as you sink. Option to come all the way low or stay really high. Start to get a little burn in those muscles. Keep the spine long. We're not collapsing. We're lengthening. One more big breath. You guys are doing great work. And then come back over into your low lunge. Step the left foot back, high plank. Go right to down dog or lower through your flow. Finding your back bend of choice. Take an extra breath there. Back to downward facing dog. Breathe. Notice. Love. What can you clear out? What keeps popping up because you've held that thought in your head over and over every day for so many years? It's okay. Break the habit. Let it go. Now begins a new way of being, saying kind things. One more big breath. Beautiful. On the inhale, right heel high. Step the right foot through. Rise, high crescent lunge. From high crescent, open up to your warrior two. From warrior two, we're going to welcome back our eagle bind. So right arm is going to come underneath the left. Weave the arms together. Find the palms. Take a big breath in. Exhale, go deeper into that lunge. And then start to lift your elbows up to the sky here. Feel expansion into the rib cage. One more breath. And I just noticed I'm not really turned over to that front knee. So you can twist a little bit to the right and then start to bow down into a version of a humble warrior with the eagle bind. Right shoulder comes to the inside of the right knee. Let the head hang. Feel gravity opening up the shoulder stretch a little bit. One more breath. And then release the bind. Plant the right hand inside the right foot and peel that left arm up, looking for the same alignment across the chest as we did when we were in our twisted lunge. Take another breath. And then slowly start to rise up. Reverse your warrior, flipping that right palm as if you're high-fiving someone behind you. Stretching across the right side body. One more breath. And then begin to straighten the right leg and fold. We're finding a wide-legged forward fold. And once you're there, maybe the stillness feels good. Really inviting space into the stretch. Or maybe it feels good to invite a little mini Skandasana from side to side. Perhaps you're noticing tension in the neck, so you want to shake it out a little bit. Maybe the teeth are clenched, so you flutter the lips a little bit. Any way you slice it, you're upside down, you're changing perspective, you're welcoming a little calming to the nervous system. 2 more breaths. Nice. And then walk your hands around to frame your right foot. Step back and take a flow. Pausing anywhere that you want to invite more exploration, or if it just feels really good. You don't have to get out of it. Stay there as long as you'd like. Breathe in. Let the breath go. On the inhale, three-legged dog, left heel to the sky. Exhale, step the left foot through to root down. Rise back up. Bring the hands to the heart. Going to take that twist to the left. I kind of just got lost a little bit, so just roll with it. Can't remember if I'm repeating this or if this is where we were. I got so involved in moment-to-moment experiences, I forgot what comes next. Take a big breath in. Let a breath go. Keep looking over that left shoulder. Keep lengthening. Beautiful. One more breath. And then from here, we're going to unwind and open right up into a warrior two. Big breath in. Sink a little deeper. Eagle bind. Left arm under the right, crossing at the elbows. Maybe start to lift the elbows. Find a little mini back bend here as you continue to sink into your lunge. One more breath. And then start to rotate toward the left, just turning a little bit, facing over that front thigh, and bow down into a version of a humble warrior. Let the head tip down. Feel the space you're creating in that left hip. One more breath. Release that bind. Left hand inside the left foot, right arm to the sky. Gaze up to the thumb. Gaze up to the clouds if you're outside. They're gorgeous. Keep thinking about extending tailbone, crown. Nice. One more breath. And use your strength to rise. Woo. Reverse that warrior. Breathing into the left side body, the ribs. One more breath. And then straighten the left leg. Find your fold, wide-legged fold. Same options. Maybe you're working on a headstand and you want to get the crown of your head down, start to float the legs up purposefully, thoughtfully, safely. Make sure you're breathing wherever you are. Maybe you're shifting side to side. Take 2 more breaths. And then release any binds. Come down safely from any inversions. Walk your hands around to frame the left foot. Take a step back and flow. Nice. From downward facing dog, float forward. And we're going to lower all the way down to the earth. We're going to do everybody's favorite shoulder stretch. And know that there are options to add on to this if there's something more you want to bring into the body. So bring your arms out into a nice wide T shape. So your arms are perpendicular to the body. Palms face down. And start to roll over to your left side. So your right hand will help guide you. Stack the right side over the left. And as you do that, keep walking your left hand away from you because you can open up some space. And once you're feeling stacked, let your head relax. If there's too much space between the head and the earth, bring a little pillow or a blanket there to help. So this is one place where you can stay. You can also lift the right leg, bend it, and flip, bringing the right foot flat to the earth on the left side. You can also take that right hand for a little bit more and slide it underneath your body for a little bind. And just keep letting the weight of the body roll over onto that left shoulder, so we're really opening up that shoulder head. We'll be here for 3 more breaths. Another option is to take a bind here if you want to get a thigh stretch out of it too. So we begin to come out of this by stacking the right leg back over the left, with control rolling back onto our belly, and whoosh, feel the rush of freshly oxygenated blood flood into the right or to the left shoulder. And we'll do that on the other side. So first look and make sure that your right arm is perpendicular to your body. Walk the left hand towards you and slowly start to roll so that your left side body stacks over your right. Walking your right hand away a little bit. Open up some more space. And maybe this is enough for you, particularly if you've ever had shoulder injuries or any labral tears. But if you want a little bit more, lift that left leg and flip it. You can even bring that left arm around, opening up the chest a little bit. Let time and breath help to get the work done here. Two more breaths. Bring that left leg to stack back over the right. Roll back onto your belly. Invite that little whoosh. I love to make that noise. We're going to bring the hands now by our sides, coming into a back bend, our locust pose. If you'd like, now that your shoulders are open, you can interlace fingers and bring the fist down by the sacrum or below the sacrum if you want to straighten the arms. Zip up those legs, gaze down, and on the inhale, start to lift up from the earth. Pressing the toes away from you, reaching the crown of the head forward. Make sure you're breathing. Take 2 more breaths. Keep squeezing and lifting. And relax down, bringing one cheek to the earth. The knees can bend. Ankles can swish from side to side. And we'll take one more back bend while we're down here. If you'd like to take another locust or bound locust, go for it. There's the option to take a bow pose since we're here, our knees are already bent, our shoulders are feeling open, our core is nice and strong and stretched. So we're going to bring one hand to one ankle, other hand to the other ankle, and right there, zip those knees back up together just for safety in the joints. Flex the feet, squeeze the shoulder blades together, gaze down, space between the neck and the chest. And when you're ready, we're going to take 6 breaths in whichever back bend you are choosing. So start to arrive at your peak. Stay there and breathe, noticing all the wonderful things about you right here. Stay engaged. 3 more breaths. One more breath. Beautiful. Let it all go. Bring the hands toward the ribs. Just find neutral for a moment. And then we're going to press into a cat pose. So that's your table pose with the rounded spine, the tucked chin. Take another big breath here, opening up the space between the vertebrae. And then back into a flat back. We're going to thread the needle. So root into the left palm, lift the right arm up, 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 twist, and then bring it through, coming down to that right shoulder again. Option here to take your hand with that self-touch and root through the sacrum to remind you to keep the hips stable. Other option is to take that left hand right to the earth, press into it, and try to twist a little deeper. Or maybe you lift and bend and bind on that left ankle like we did in silly yoga on Monday. So many choices. Breathe into the twist. Do something that feels good in the body. The practice is yours. 2 more breaths. Very nice. Release the bind if you have it. Press that left palm back into the earth. We're going to peel the right arm up to the sky and bring the hand down. Sit back into a closed-knee child's pose for just a moment, just to neutralize the spine a little bit. Notice your breath. And then back into your table position where we will thread in the other direction. So root into the right palm, left arm to the sky. And then thread left underneath the right. Come on down, stretching into your shoulder. Same options. You don't have to do what you did on the other side. You can try something new if you want. You can do all the things if you want. There's time. Staying fully present for yourself. That is the best gift you can give to yourself. And once you've arrived in that presence, say something loving and kind. 2 more breaths. Release any binds. Root the right palm back down. Lift that left arm back up. And then retract back once again into a child's pose. Little programming note I forgot to offer at the beginning of class. I have to end the class 5 minutes early today. That sweet little girl of mine who you met at the beginning of class has an enrichment class that starts right at 10 o'clock on this computer. So we're winding down a little bit. All right, from here, we're going to start to lift into a kneeling position. So we can take just a few camels, keep opening the energy of the heart so that we remember to just expand that love, compassion to ourselves and out into the world. So if you want to bring a little softness under the knees, you can just take the mat, just tent it right from the middle and roll it once or twice. And that's a really nice way to automatically have some padding so you don't have to reach for anything. So from your kneeling position, we're going to take a gentle camel for starters. Bring your hands to support your lower back. If you have a block, it's a great time to squeeze it between the upper thighs to remind you of that inward spiral and engagement, just like in our downward facing dog, or just bring it in if you don't have, just bring it into your body through your mind. So hands to the lower back, draw the elbows together, feel the lift, and start to press the hips forward, squeeze those thighs. Let the gaze float out. If it's comfortable for you, opening up that throat chakra all the way, let the head go back as far as it can and just keep remembering that you are safe. Keep saying kind words to yourself to feel that sense of soothing. Let the breath be easy and free. Two more breaths. Very slowly ease your way back into a neutral spine. We'll take one counter stretch, hands to the earth, cat pose, lift and round. And then we'll do one more camel. So you're welcome to support your back and take a supported camel, or if you want to take it a little bit more intensely, you can flex the feet so the heels lift and bring the webbing of the hand to catch the heels. So one on one on the other. And if this kind of compromises the integrity of your alignment, come on back to support yourself. We're not here to win any contests. We're not here to please the ego in any way. We're here to be safe. We're here to be loved. So do what feels right. Take 3 more breaths into it. Then bring your hands back to support your back if they're not there. Come on back up. Sit your hips to your heels. Take a moment to neutralize and stabilize. Find that grounding once again. Self-compassion itself can be very grounding because it helps to take us out of the swirl of the world, the demands, the expectations, all of the things we hear. Bringing it back into our body with a little dose of self-love, and all it takes is a little, can help you feel really connected to who you are so that you can be a little bit less rattled by the challenges of the world. Hands to the heart, reaffirming your promise to yourself to be nothing but kind, loving, and compassionate through your words, through your actions, through your thoughts. And then come on down to your back, taking any final shape or stretch or movement that would feel nice into the body. Since we were just doing some back bends, it may feel good to tuck into a little ball and roll or take a laughing happy baby. And then if your knees are not already hugged into the chest, hug them in, wrap those arms around. Give yourself a kiss. Mwah, 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 mwah. Everything you can kiss, kiss it, kiss it. Say, I love you. I'm here for you. You are safe. I appreciate you. Everything that you love to hear from the loved ones in your life, you offer that to yourself right here, right now. Mwah, 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 mwah. And then start to let the body unfurl, coming into a resting shape just for a few moments so all the benefits of the practice become integrated and start to sink into the body. Get out of your mind. Let the body lead the way. Just a little spontaneous nugget of mindfulness that I wanted to share with you. You may or may not have heard a moment ago a siren. And typically when we hear sirens or any kind of noises that are associated with trauma or danger, it rattles us. And just know that through your mindfulness practice, as you continue to be aware of what you're sensing, what you're hearing and feeling, you can start to change your relationship with those kinds of noises and hear them as sounds and not as noise. Noise has sort of a connotation of distraction, of unwelcomed, it's unwelcome in our environment. Noise. But if you think of it just simply as a sound and just allow it to be there, and then bring your attention back to something that makes you feel safe, you will definitely be able to change your relationship with the sirens or any other noises that you consider to be noises. All right, so you can change your relationship with just about anything through the power of the mind. So just start to breathe into the body, finding a little movement, deepening your breath. Just gently, slowly make your way up to a seated position where you can invite a sense of grounding and uplift at the same time. Float your hands to your heart center. May you continue to feel all the blessings of self-love today. Continue to hold nothing but kind, compassionate thoughts and words and actions. May you continue to connect with joy. Thank you so much for practicing with us today. I look forward to seeing you all again Monday. It's always a treat to be in your company. Namaste. Thank you so much. Thank you for letting me sign off just a few minutes early so my daughter can do her enrichment class. You guys are amazing and wonderful. Oh, Allie, you are on here. Happy birthday, Allie! And Kathleen, not Kathleen Hart, but Kathleen Lean. And Laura, happy birthday to you guys. Allie, you could be a triplet because they're twins, and there you are as their triplet.
Thank you. Great way to start my birthday.
Oh, keep on loving yourself, girl. Thank you.
It's nice to see her, at least virtually, because we can't right now.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Well, good. Well, carry on and do something special for yourself, each and every one of you. Every day is like a birthday, right? You wake up and you greet the day anew. So thank you so much for being here, y'all. And I'll see you on Monday.
Okay.
Bye.